everything's fine on 93.9 Dublin South FM.
Good afternoon, I'm Charmaine Colvin and you are listening to Apna Radio 93.9 Dublin South FM. US President Donald Trump's decision to lower reciprocal tariffs on India from 50% to 18% has been met with a sense of relief in Asia's third largest economy, even as precise details on the agreement remain sketchy. India paid the highest tariffs in the world after Trump raised import duties on Indian goods from 25% to 50% in August last year, saying Delhi's purchase of discounted Russian oil was helping fund Moscow's war effort in Ukraine. After his call with India's Prime Minister on Monday, Trump claimed Narendra Modi had agreed to stop buying Russian oil and buy much more from the United States and potentially Venezuela. India has not commented on these exact claims, but Modi thanked Trump on behalf of the 1.4 billion people of India for this wonderful announcement, saying he hoped to take the partnership with the US to unprecedented heights. The agreement comes after Trump's trade war soured carefully cultivated relations between Washington and Delhi, with exports from India to the US falling sharply across key job-creating sectors such as textiles, seafood and jewellery. Trump's tariffs also forced a notoriously protectionist government in Delhi to expedite a flurry of other trade agreements and diversify its export markets. Last week, India and the EU announced the mother of all trade deals, eliminating tariffs on 80 to 90% of goods. It was Delhi's 9th free trade agreement in 4 years, as the deal with Washington showed no signs of progress. The long-delayed announcement by Trump was, as expected, widely welcomed by the Indian industry. India's aviation regulator said it found no defect in the fuel control switch of a Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner jet grounded by Air India based on a pilot's report. The issue was reported at the weekend after the plane, which took off from London, landed in India's Bengaluru city. The regulator said that while starting the engine during takeoff, the crew noticed that twice the fuel control switch, which regulates the flow of fuel into the plane's engines, did not remain positively latched in the run position when light vertical pressure was applied. It remained stable the third time, and the crew closely monitored the aircraft during the flight, which was completed without incident. Air India has said in a statement that it informed India's aviation regulator about the issue and that it was getting the pilot's concerns checked on a priority basis. The Directorate General of Civil Aviation said on Tuesday that when the switches were operated according to Boeing's recommended procedure, they were found to be satisfactory, staying at run instead of moving to cut-off, which can stop fuel supply to the engines. The grounding of the plane gained a lot of attention as it came amid an ongoing investigation into last June's plane crash involving an Air India aircraft of the same model, which killed 260 people. The crash of the London-bound Air India Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner occurred less than a minute after the plane took off from Ahmedabad Airport in western India. India's Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau is investigating the crash and a final report is expected to be released in the next few months. On Sunday, India's Finance Minister, Nirmala Sitharaman, presented her annual budget for 26-27, announcing higher infrastructure spending and measures to support domestic manufacturing amid rising global uncertainties. India is expected to close this financial year with 7.4% gross domestic product growth, according to the country's economic survey, but economic expansion will slow slightly next year as US President Donald Trump's tariffs on Indian exporters start taking a greater toll. The budget has laid a strong emphasis on fiscal restraint, targeting a lower deficit for the upcoming financial year. The fiscal deficit is the gap between the government's total expenditure and its total revenue. The murder of an interfaith couple and the arrest of the woman's brothers by the police for the alleged crime has shocked a small village in India's northern Uttar Pradesh state, where residents have lived in harmony for years. The bodies of 19-year-old Kajal, a Hindu, and 27-year-old Mohammed Aman, a Muslim, were found buried near a riverbank on the outskirts of Umri village on the 21st of January. Police say they were beaten to death with a spade 2 days earlier, allegedly by Kajal's 3 brothers, who have been arrested. They are in custody and have not commented on the killings. Police believe it to be a case of honour killing, murder by relatives or community members to punish women for falling in love or marrying outside of their caste or religion. India's National Crime Records Bureau began recording honour killings in 2014 when it listed 18 cases nationwide. Its latest annual report recorded 38 such cases in 23. Activists, however, say the numbers are significantly higher, in hundreds every year, as many cases are recorded simply as homicide. According to the federal government, around 50,000 Indians are killed by snake bites each year, roughly half of all deaths worldwide. Some estimates suggest the toll could be even higher. Between 2000 and 2019, India may have seen as many as 1.2 million deaths, an average of 58,000 per year, a 2020 study said. Now, a new report by GST, Global Snakebite Task Force, has found that 99% of healthcare workers in India face challenges administering antivenom, the life-saving antibodies that neutralize toxins in venom. Researchers surveyed 904 medical professionals across India, Brazil, Indonesia and Nigeria, the countries most affected by snake bites, and found similar barriers: poor infrastructure, limited access to antivenom, and insufficient training. Nearly half of the professionals reported that delays in treatment had led to serious complications in their patients, including amputations, surgeries, or lifelong mobility problems. In 2024, India launched the National Action Plan for Prevention and Control of Snakebite Envenoming, with the aim to halve snakebite deaths by 2030. The plan focuses on better surveillance, improved antivenom availability and research, enhanced medical capacity and public awareness campaigns. Experts agree it is a step in the right direction, but implementation has been inconsistent. And finally, in cricket news, the 2026 Men's T20 World Cup starts on the 7th of February at 05:30, with Pakistan facing the Netherlands in Colombo. It is one of 3 games on the opening day, with the West Indies versus Scotland at 9:30 and India versus USA at 3:30. Pakistan will take part in the Men's T20 but will not play their scheduled match against tournament co-hosts India. The country had been considering boycotting the competition after Bangladesh withdrew, citing safety fears over travelling to India. Political tensions have meant Pakistan and India have not faced each other outside men's major tournaments since 2013, while India have not played in Pakistan since 2008. And that's all from me. You have been listening to Apna Radio 93.9 Dublin South FM.
Everything's fine on 93.9 Dublin South FM.